Hey, what's up, historians? Welcome back. Another great episode. Adam the Historian Ghost Hunter here. Historically Haunted VODCAST Season 4. I still ain't been canceled. I can't believe it. Episode 21. This is a special day. You guys got to wake up and read the stuff. It's a Tuesday instead of a Thursday, but that's cool. This is going to be on our YouTube channel, Historically Haunted, right after. And, of course, this season is once again sponsored by Donnie Green. Oh, Brandon, what's up, my peeps? Checking in for Virginia. What's up, Viper Paranormal? Danny. He makes Ouija boards out of coffin wood. He drives around in hearses. This guy is great. Danny Perez from Connecticut. The Radicals, the hearse driver. So real quick, it is sponsored again by Donnie Green at Bauer Green Logistics Trucking Company, the guy that drove the red truck, the Red Orinco truck. Get the baby! In Stephen King's Pet Cemetery, and he smeared that kid on the road. That's Donnie Green. Him and John Green Logistics sponsor the show. Sponsor of the week, Historically Haunted Booking. That's moi. Big shout out to Rob Zombie, who I met in 1998. You'll see why in a second. Real quick, let's bring this on, and we'll get right back.
Hey everybody, Donnie Green here with the Orinco truck that I drove in the Pet Cemetery movie. I'm here with Adam checking the truck out. Please tune in on Thursday nights for Adam's podcast. And by the way, nice hat, Adam.
He says a nice hat because he gave it to me, Bauer Green Logistics. So shout out to Donnie, the kid killer, Stephen King shit. So my clients, my guests now, I'm really excited about this. I get some actors here and there. You guys know that. We talked to Sarah Johnson from Halloween and stuff. Tammy Ann Roebuck and Daniel Roebuck. Dude, what hasn't Daniel been in for one? Especially being a zombie fan, the fucking guy's been in everything. He was in Matlock and shit, even like good stuff. And Tammy, she's not just his pretty wife. He's not just like a little side piece. She, don't kill me, Danny. She's done a lot of stuff in radio, in sports radio. At 19, she's winning awards. Manager of TV stations. They help direct things. They both direct films together and documentaries. Both actors. She acted in some stuff. So these guests we have are really great. What's going on? Lisa from Rhode Island checking in. You guys have any questions for, I'm not going to lie, he won my heart in this. The Munsters, dude. I love Zombie, and he was great at he wasn't Grandpa. He's the Count. He's not Grandpa yet. That's in the Munsters, too, I got a feeling. But Tammy ain't no slouch, man. Tammy Ann, she got a lot of respect, a lot of followers. So without a doubt, Tammy Ann Roebuck and Daniel Roebuck. Shit, what's up, guys?
Hey, I've never had second billing to Tammy. It's very interesting. Tammy Ann Roebuck and Daniel Roebuck.
Well, you got to go ladies first out of respect, Danny.
I got to get used to this.
You got to go, dude. I reached out to her and she says, "Do you want him or me?" I go, "I'll take you both." Not in a weird way.
Thank you, Tammy, for allowing me to be on your show with my new friend Adam B.
Oh, Danny. Thank you for hooking us up, Tammy. I appreciate you. No you got some shit, girl. I looked at your resume and I said, because she sent me both your links. I said, she's right up there.
Tammy's very busy. We're lucky to have her involved in the movies we make. Frankly, Tammy unfortunately can do more than any of us. So I can only write, direct, and produce and star. But Tammy does the editing, the producing, the graphic design, the scheduling, the props,
travel,
the uncredited work,
conjugal visits with the director, the important stuff.
Danny, I want to get close to you. I want to get close to you guys. Hold on a minute.
I don't.
Yes. Hey, get close together. Act like you're actually married.
What are we? Wait, hold on. If we get close together, we're going to look like Ray Milland and Rosie Greer.
Dude, Rob didn't tell me you were a comedian.
Oh,
shit.
Yeah.
All right,
we
so
laugh
let's.
All the time.
We do. We laugh all the time. Generally at each other.
You got to, brother. You know that. So there we go. I'm sorry, I got you guys all fixed up, and now I got you all messed up. My girl's checking in, Heather. Love their shirts. Amazing.
Hey, can I say, Heather? I wrote that. I literally wrote that. These are our shirts. We sell them at conventions. I'm not an idiot. I figured this out. I always said that Tammy's my third wife. She said, I'm your last wife. Adam, it's a threat. Anybody in the court of law, I've been on Matlock. I know law. That's a threat.
I am Italian.
Even worse. See, and then she drops that in. There's a little "I am Italian," like it's like dating The Sopranos. Anyway,
Hey, we can hide bodies.
I don't want to see that shirt anywhere else. I wrote it.
Oh my fucking God. You know, I had a game plan going into this, but now it's all out the window. I don't even know.
Don't plan. Don't. You know, we plan. God laughs. Honestly, Adam, let's not get crazy.
Man, you guys are so awesome and down to earth. I'm glad you really like. I've been turned down before, and it's cool that you guys didn't ask for a dime. You just like whatever, and you guys got movie premieres tomorrow.
We can get paid for this.
There's money to be made in podcasting. I mean, you have a sponsor. Evidently, he's killed children in movies. My God.
And people are like, that's how he got.
I've only killed one person in a movie, River's Edge. So let's say that was, you're going to kill one person, that's the movie to kill someone in. Because it did turn into the rest of my career. I've killed my own career in a couple of choices I've made. They can't all be winners, Adam. They can't all be winners.
Well, I got a question for you. How the fuck do you guys meet? Was it on set? Was it at a
language? My God, is this how people talk on the internet?
Well, it's Maine. There's no rules in Maine. Weed's legal.
Weed's legal? Jeez,
in Maine it is. Yeah. You ever been to Maine, Dan?
No, I ain't coming now. If everyone's going to be high. Jesus. You know, there's nothing worse than buying a house and putting all your money into your future, and then the guy next to you. Who the hell wants to smell that? Evidently, Adam does. Adam, you're that guy.
That's me.
Yeah, you've got a neighbor on each side going, this motherfucker.
But I'm in here talking to the count, so suck it. You know what I'm saying? I'm winning.
Yeah, you're talking to the count. Yeah.
Listen to that. Oh, dude. Heather makes me watch your movie 3 times a week, I swear. Oh,
dude,
she's all
that movie's going to be around. What's funny about the Munsters movie is there was not in the entirety of Hollywood a greater person than Rob Zombie. Hi, Gene. A greater person than Rob Zombie to make this movie. Because nobody in Hollywood loved the Munsters. And I'm going to tell people have to understand this. If it wasn't Rob Zombie, it was going to be a lame, made-for-video movie starring Eddie. Eddie was the main character, just like they did, by the way, is what they did with the Addams Family. They make the Addams Family about Wednesday. Who cares? No adult cares. The kids, another snarky teenager. Well, the least interesting character, well, I shouldn't say that. All I know is that Rob wasn't prepared to put Eddie in the movie. And he spent 20 years working on that. And we loved making it. And it will be around for Halloween for years and years to come. What's that movie with, I try to always speak respectfully about things. And I have some friends who are involved in it, but I don't know that it coalesced in a great movie. The witch one. What was that one? With the 3 witches, it's popular.
Oh, Hocus Pocus.
Yeah, I mean, as movies go, I don't know that it's over. I don't know. I'm trying not to be judged. I'm just saying. But that movie now everyone remembers it so fondly, and so I think the Munsters will be there in a few years. I was proud to be part of it, and truly, when Rob called to ask if I would be part of it, Tammy, you were wearing.
We were driving to a friend's wedding. We had just left the Chicago airport, and I was wearing a Lily Munster shirt.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah. And Rob's, name came up on the Bluetooth, and Danny was like, "If you're punking me."
Oh, I said this would be the worst thing any other human being's ever done. Like, this is terrible.
Yeah.
He said, "I'm not punking you." The worst part was that was July 19th. I know the date because the guy got married the next day, and it was the 50th anniversary. Excuse me, July 9th. It was the 50th anniversary of the landing on the moon. So July 9th, and then of 2019. And then
pre-COVID
hit. Mm-hmm. And then we didn't make it till 2021. And I went to that wedding, was filled with 4 of my 6 closest friends who are huge lovers of the Munsters, and I could tell none of them. None of them. I couldn't even bring one aside and go,
No kidding. Mama's
yeah,
a word.
yeah, you got to be careful with that stuff.
Hey, real quick, you got a friend checking in.
Hi, Danny. Y'all still? Yeah, I'm
Oh,
Danny.
hey, Kate.
Oh, look at that, Kate. That's my old high school friend. But we're not old. That is my young high school friend from the time when we were in high school, which isn't as long ago as one might think.
So you asked earlier how we met. We met
Yeah.
11 years ago. Danny came. We were both guest speakers at a
Sorry.
at a film expo, and
I gotta block them out.
we met at the red carpet dinner, and we sat next to each other.
Listen. I don't know what story you're telling. We're at this event, and there's Tammy, the guy, Ian, our friend. He goes, we're sitting, and he points it out. He goes, we're sitting at the table with the girl in the green dress. He didn't even get to we're sitting at. I was sitting next to Tammy. Hello, Tammy. What's your name, Tammy? Tammy, I'm recently divorced. Oh, Tammy, you're recently divorced. Well. Last thing I was going to do was get involved with anybody, and they have their ways. They have their witchy
She's a witch.
They have their witchy ways, Adam. I don't know. I said, I'm not talking to everybody every day of my life, anybody out there. That's not me. I'm the swinging bachelor, baby. Swing. That's me for the rest of my life, baby. Yeah, I was going to be Ralph Cramden, easy come, easy go. That was going to be the rest of my life.
Smooth, Daddy-o.
Yeah.
So we have talked every day since we met.
It's great. I know we've made, I was just thinking about this today. We just finished our edit on a movie we made called Tuesday's Flu, and we're turning that over back to the producers. And our movie that we put together, we produced the other two, but I guess I'm turning it over to investors. Our movie, The Hail Mary, we just finished. We're working on St. Nick of Bethlehem. Before that, Lucky Louie, I wrote and directed with my daughter, Grace Roebuck. Tammy produces all these. Before that, Getting Grace, we did together. None of these. That's 5 movies. I'm going to show you here 5, Adam, because I know you were hitting the dupe, so you might be a little confused on numbers.
Do you mind?
Don't you light that up while we're talking? That's illegal. I can't watch that. I can't legally watch you
it from
smoke.
Florida.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to leave a mark on you guys. One way or the other, you're going to go, that fucking guy Adam from Maine, he's something else. You're going to remember me.
Oh, we're going to remember you.
Yes.
You're remembered. Oh, yes. But anyway, none of those movies would have been, thank you, Rob. None of those movies would have been possible without Tammy Roebuck. She is the thing. Tammy, $50 over the knuckle thing. Oh, God, I don't know if we have one here. I can still do it.
Well,
Adam, I used to be a magician.
I tell you, though, like the couple that works together, that's really the power. Like, all famous and money and all that bullshit aside, you guys like literally work on projects like documentaries, movies, and just like, TV, like you said you were doing stuff before there's even infomercials, 30-minute movies and stuff. So it's kind of in your nature, right? Did you guys grow up like that? Like, was your family, Tammy, your own families into movies and stuff?
My mom's an artist. I mean, she's written, she's a painter, she's written screenplays, but I actually wanted to go into sportscasting was what my aspirations were, and that's how I kind of landed into TV through an internship program, thinking I was going to go into sportscasting, but I ended up at a cable company doing radio with pictures, putting a radio show on television. So that's kind of how I got into TV, but not really. Like, I've done tons of infomercials in the 90s and, directed live sports, but it wasn't until I met Danny where I got to kind of start learning how to do feature films, because I've mostly done TV commercials and corporate videos and stuff like that. But
I see.
Yeah.
No one in my family was an entertainer, a performer. It's hard when you're the first. You know, my grandfather used to come in with my rubber snakes and my clown costumes. My grandfather would go, "He's nuts, Dad, Johnny." I started performing in a cardboard television. I wish that were not true. I had no idea it wasn't being broadcast elsewhere. I thought everybody was watching me. Turned out no. And then my father, this was when I was 7 Christmas. My father invented the cardboard remote control in an attempt to change the channel. But I was on.
Oh, that's cute as hell. That's cute though.
Yeah. And then one day I came downstairs and my cardboard television was gone. And that night, as I fell asleep in the distance, I heard,
Okay.
So thank you. Thanks for having the rubber. So I didn't even understand it until we gave Buster, my beautiful son Buster, at 2. We gave him some guitar thing that went dang, 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 dang. And we watched it until about noon on Christmas Day, and I shoved that thing under the couch, where I swear to God it stayed until my wife and I got divorced. We moved the couch, and I was like, "Hey, I remember shoving this."
Shit.
My dad was like, "I'll cancel Danny." Oh, he'll be good. So
your mom's over there with the hook, trying to get you by the neck, pull you off stage.
Yeah, no. So I literally was the first. Now, what's funny is, I was the first. That's very kind. Thank you. Then my brother's a musician. My other brother did plays. My sister did plays. My children did plays. My mother even went to the theater and started directing at the theater. My aunt was there. Like, once I opened the trough, then everybody's like, "Oh, this could be fun."
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Rich.
Oh, hey, Rich.
We love this guy. He's a great guy. He helps us on all of our movies.
Front row seat at the Knicks game. Nice.
Thanks, Rich. Anyway, I always started about being on TV. One day I realized it's as simple as I gotta go be on TV. There's Harriet. Hey, Harriet.
So it's kind of not in your blood, but I mean, I guess it is. It's not it's a passion, but it's just, that's you guys, just everyday thing, so to speak.
Well, it is what we do. I mean, and when we're not doing it, when we're not doing, wait a minute, gotta be there.
Shit. Well, you know what, Danny? That brings me to my next question. Oh, real quick, Donnie Green, another actor.
Donnie Green, nice ad at him. Hey, Donnie, I'm here too.
Donnie, 2 horror movie people. What does Danny and Tammy do when it's downtime? You guys go out to eat, you go for a stroll, you go to a cabin and go fishing? What do you?
Yeah, we don't have downtime. Mostly we're really trying to get our numbers up as serial killers.
Said serial killer. Did you hear that? Thomas Patrick.
Tammy's obsessed with forensic files. I said, I don't mind you watching it, but must you have a notebook handy? You know what I'm saying? It's not.
You were in episodes of CSI and shit. It says on your IMDb.
Yeah. Yes. I was. I've been in every CSI. I think.
I couldn't stop looking at your resume. You've been in every zombie flick. El Super Beasto, 31, Classic Unknown, Lords of Salem. I live right by Salem, so I've been to the shooting sites, the pizza place, and when his wife walks out. And,
there's other movies too. There's movies like The Fugitive and Final Destination. Rob, directors. I love Rob, but other people have directed me.
But you've been in every film of his, bro. Like everyone loved it.
I met him right after the first one, and he cuts me out sometimes. Hey, Donnie. Thank you, Donnie.
Hello.
He cuts me out, and weirdly, he likes cutting me out of movies.
U.S. Marshals was a good one.
Right, but no, I'm talking about Rob Zombie cutting me out of the movie.
Oh, right.
Those of us who aren't stoned can actually follow the conversation.
I took like 2 hits before you came on. 2
Gee,
hits.
God.
It's not as bad. I have a med card since my car accident.
Okay, all right. Yeah, we all have an excuse. Oh, yeah. That's why I kill, Adam. I mean, I understand.
What's up from Bama? Vince Balliard.
There he is. Hey, Bama.
Mars Hill, Maine, checking in.
You went past the one directed at me. They were talking to you, and you thought it wasn't important.
Final destination. Danny, I love you, dude. You better accept my friend request. I can't send you one. I can only follow you, so you're gonna send me one. Friends with your wife.
Yeah, that's on purpose, Adam. Yeah.
People like me.
Danny, this is a great new magazine, by the way. Monster Magazine, Monster Kid Magazine. Our friend Tom, trying to do something good. And you know, like all joking aside, anybody. Thanks, John. Thanks. You don't have any lines. Anybody aside? No, I'm kidding. Tish, hey Tish. I was making my joke. What was I saying?
You were talking about he's making a monster magazine.
Oh yeah, a guy's like printing a monster magazine in 2024. He's a psychopath, but we're trying to help him. We take him out. I try. Oh, good. All right, that's lovely. I'm glad that we could be of help.
See, yeah, Donnie doesn't smoke. He does he does the edibles. He doesn't smoke. He does the edibles, which is cheating to me. But
yeah, now we know why I hit the freaking kid.
He was down, put the joint away.
Joke and vibe and vibe.
Are you guys into horror movies, Danny? Tammy? Do you guys sit at home? You guys watch that shit yet?
I'm more, I don't like the real gory stuff, but the movie that kind of, okay, here we go. The movie that freaked me out as a kid was The Hitcher. With, oh God. C. Thomas Howell and Rutger Hauer.
I like that when my wife says the movie that freaked me out as a kid. And I remember sitting in a theater. I remember sitting in a theater as a full-grown adult. Living in another world.
Well, we're 8 years old. A teenager was the Hitcher scared me because I feel like that was more realistic, like that could really happen.
We've got a movie we should talk about. We've got a movie coming out tomorrow. The 21st.
Stream.
Yeah, stream. Now it's playing all over the country. You go to Iconic Releasing, right?
Iconic Releasing.
IconicReleasing.com to see where it's playing in your part of the country. But this is the thing. It's an independent horror film. Same people who brought you Terrifier 2. Same producers. Damien Leone, the same makeup.
You're going to be in 3.
And I'm going to be in 3. So this movie, if people don't go see it tomorrow, it might not last in the theaters. You got to hit these movies first night. Boom, bang, bang. So please, if Stream is playing anywhere near you, please go see it tomorrow night.
Yeah, I think it's in a 700 theaters, so should.
Danny, I'm a stage 5 clinger, so I'm so onto your shit now. I'm gonna be sharing all your stuff after this show.
Thank you. Well, that's nice. I make a million jokes, but like the work we're doing with our movies, which are faith-based family movies, and my friends who are filmmakers like the Levies who made Stream, Sean Whalen who made Crust. Crust is coming out September 13th. September 13th, I think. And then Terrifier in October, and then Saint Nick in November. Like we gotta, all the money goes to the big studios, and everybody always says, why aren't there more movies like? So we actually make the movies like, and then we are relying on people to go. If they don't go, it's just like anything else. You don't believe in the Constitution, you better go vote.
Amen. That's right, buddy.
You can't complain if you don't vote, whether your person gets in or not.
Yeah. You gotta at least throw a stone in, man. You at least gotta have your voice be heard. You're right, man. Words of knowledge. I love it.
Thank you.
Even I can understand it with my stone head.
Yes, thank you. I spoke very slow.
Oh man. So give me some bucket lists that you guys would like to go to. Just I guess just a tour. Like, would you guys love to come to Maine or Salem or?
Yeah, and we're not really, honestly, and I'm not saying it just because of how you asked it. We're not bucket list people. No, we're not. Like some people are. So we do what we want to do when we want to do it. I've learned because I got very sick once. Tammy also has had a moment like that in her life where everything is so fleeting, and so I don't put anything off. If I say, Tammy, I want to go to Maine. Well, we just go to Maine.
I love that.
I don't put that on. So we do live up there. We have my dear friend Tom Rosa, who's outside of Boston, and Bob Forgillo, Big Bob Forgillo. See, I collect toys, as people might be able to ascertain behind me.
I see
I collect toys like you do, Adam. And so I've met toy collectors all over the country. So wherever I go to make a movie, to shoot a video, to be on a TV show, to do sign autographs, anywhere I go, there's someone who loves what we love there. Thank you, Tish.
And you know, because we go to a lot of horror conventions and we bring like a ton of merch with us because we've started creating our own collectibles through the Monster General store. We just end up driving everywhere, and this country is so beautiful. If you haven't, if everyone needs to once travel instead of going to another country, go to our own country because it's amazing. And we love hitting, and if we're driving and we have an exit that says antique mall, where
you love antique shopping, small town America. Yeah,
it's just
that's a trip.
I was just shooting a movie in North Dakota, and it'd be great if you were like, if there was like, how they have visiting student programs. We don't need to bring, it's fine, bring people from South Korea, that's fine. Better, bring people from Maine to North Dakota, take the North Dakota people, send them to Florida, give everybody, what makes people smarter is travel. Do you have kids, Adam?
No, I don't. My girlfriend's got 2. I consider my daughters, so to speak,
All right, well, that's good. But, take them places, do things. When my kids were younger, I'm very blessed based on what I've done. Like, I could go to Disney World, Florida, or Disney World, Paris, right, for instance, and we'd get a handler. And my thing was, I'll snore the front of the line just like any other guy. And because I'm on TV sometimes, that's a blessing I get, and because I do think, I rode in parades or whatever they did. So I snore it, but one day I'm with a guide and the kids get on the front of the line. The next day we go to the park, we invite the guide with us and we wait.
Oh, dude.
So my kids never had a sense of entitlement. It was very important.
That's big.
And I hit them. That worked out too. But they're both some nut from Greenpeace accosts me like they do. I'm coming out of Best Buy. sir. I'm doing it now. So you don't care about the future of the planet. And I spun around. I was like, you listen to me.
Why I oughta.
I made 2 human beings. I made the future of our planet. What have you done other than annoy people as they come out of a store? My children will change the world. All you're doing is annoying people. And that's really the difference.
It is.
There's the annoyers and the annoyees. And if you're an annoyer, you're not making the world better. No matter who you're annoying, for what party you're annoying for, whatever you're doing, you're effing it up. So stop complaining and just, contribute something. My God.
I'm voting you in for president, dude. Screw everybody else. I'm voting you in.
Unbelievable. I'd be the unbelievable. I wish I could do him because I'm the right size to do him. But
Danny, you're so perfect. You're so good.
He's so good. It's the best. There's people doing so much better. We have a friend, Johnny.
Oh my
God.
You're the people voting for you.
Yeah, he's terrific. Anyway, I'm sorry. I took over your podcast.
Dude, that's what the whole point. Dude, I'm getting taken over by the Roebucks. You kidding me? Oh, I'm saying that right? Roebuck?
Yeah.
Roebuck.
Yeah. Okay. See, like I moved, dude, after my mom passed away, I was in a car accident. I got hit head on. I died for 38 seconds. So I was homeless for a little bit. And then we sold my mom's house. So I moved up 3 hours from my family in northern Maine. I live between Stephen King's Bangor and Mount Katahdin, the Appalachian Trail ending. Dude, I went from population like 30,000 to like 1,200, not even a stoplight in my town. So it's pretty chill. There's wild rabbits. It's very, very quiet up here. And I go to see Stephen King. Okay. I got a question for you, Danny, real quick. Would you like to be in a Stephen King movie? And if
Sure,
one, which
sure.
one?
I was hoping. I went pretty far on Dr. Sleep, but I did not get cast.
Book.
But I was moving down the line, and they were, they start checking availability and stuff, but nothing unfortunately came of it. Unfortunately, yeah, I would have liked that. Yeah, I'm a big Stephen. My favorite. I was. Here's a piece of information people don't know. I was cast. I don't think I've ever talked about this. I was cast in The Stand, Mick Garris's The Stand, but about 4 minutes later, they cast me in The Fugitive, and the two shows went at the same time. I was Bill Fargabaca took the part. It was the mentally handicapped guy. So I had the part. I couldn't do it. I still remember Gary Sinise, who I knew because he fired me from his first movie. I have to mention that because he even said in his book unrelenting
liability.
How he fired me from his first directorial movie. But he's.
But you're still friends.
Yeah, we're still friends.
Tammy.
Yeah, I can't wait to cast him. No, so I went to get, when you've got to lead the movie, they said you got to pass a physical. And I remember it was even weirder that he was getting his physical for The Stand when I was getting my physical for The Fugitive. So, that's definitely, they were definitely going at the same time. Oddly, Bill Fargabaca, who you should know, he was in Coach for years, and he's the voice of Patrick on SpongeBob. A great guy. It wasn't the first time he replaced me, or the last time, because he and I went all the way to the end for this show called The Minute with Stan Hooper, and I got that one. And then I was doing a show. These are good tidbits that nobody knows about. Doing a show. What was it called? That starred the big guy from Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I was on his show, and they just sometimes they just cast you. Like I've been doing this long enough, they say, hey, they just cast you in the show. So I went to do the show, and when I got there the next morning, they had rewritten the whole show so that I was exactly like that. They rewrote the show that I was handsome, and they commented how handsome I was. So we're rehearsing, and sadly, I can't say what's his name, the big guy in the commercial.
Yeah, he's in the Jimmy John. Why can't
It's terrible. It's a household name.
Yeah.
Who's the big guy? The big guy from Everybody Loves Raymond.
The fuck? He's like a Brooklyn Italian guy, dark skin.
We all know who he is. He's a good actor. Anyway, he was accosted the night before by paparazzi. What a rotten. So I'm on the show. He's in a bad mood. We're trying to rehearse. Every line is like how good looking.
Thank you, Brad.
Brad Garrett. Every line.
Now they're all coming out. We gotta get.
Brad Garrett. Thank you, Brian. Every line is about how good looking the character. Anyway, I know they're going to fire me, and I go to the director, who was he was in Animal House. He's a TV director. Anyway, I said, hey, I don't think I'm going to see you tomorrow. I'm pretty sure they'll fire me tonight. He goes, nah, he goes, don't worry about it. He goes, the new rewrite's going to be that you're exactly like Brad Garrett. And I said, shit, that's even worse. He goes, I'm not exactly like Brad Garrett. I'm not tall. I'm not gangly. So I knew they were going to fire me. And they did. They fired me by the time I got to the Starbucks 3 blocks from Tony. I was already fired. But Bill Fargabaca, tall, like Brad, was a better suited person. So that's Hollywood, buddy. So that's how it. That's really the life of a working actor. Is you are replaced. You are the replacee. You replace others. They replace you. Oh, it is.
And it's too bad, so sad, and see you later type of thing.
Yeah, and you don't make a big deal of it. The most famous story, which was such a personal story, no one knew about it until they did that Movies That Made Us, was they talk about how I was fired from Home Alone. And that's not really the truth, and I don't know why they didn't really tell the truth in the thing, but they wanted Daniel Stern for Home Alone.
Oh, the Butter Bandit guy.
Yeah, they wanted Daniel Stern, and they changed the schedule, and then he said, "No, I'm not going to make the deal." So I was their second guy.
No kidding.
No, everybody wanted Daniel Stern, so they hired me. And I know the truth because I dated a girl who had been dating a business affairs guy. They hired me to get him to sign his contract. They were going to bring me there, and then they conspiratorially decided they would say that there was no chemistry between me and Joe Pesci, and then they would fire me and everything would be fine. Problem was they sent me to wardrobe the minute I got there, and Joe Pesci was, let me say, I'd say, one of the greatest living actors in America, but, not a pleasant human, angry, sad, bad, whatever.
I heard he's kind of ornery backstage, like he's real,
funny,
funny like how? Funny like what?
Yeah, he's so talented. I just love him. I love his acting. But, when they said, oh, thank you, Megan. When they said that, they brought me in a room and they started their, what was going to be their modus operandi. They had all figured out. Chris Columbus says, you don't have any chemistry with Joe. And I was like, okay, I hear you. That's fine. But, we're only in one scene together in the entire movie. And the rest of the movie, the little assholes hitting us in the face with knives and bricks. So who cares if I have any chemistry with them? It's one scene in the van. And then we're split up. Well, it didn't happen. End of the story, Adam, and this is why it's important that I get to preach these ideas. Because there might be an actor watching, or there might be somebody in another business watching where they were stepped over, sidestepped. So the bottom line is this: God is so good in his plan for all of us, right? That how great has my career been because I wasn't in Home Alone. Because poor Daniel Stern, and I love Daniel Stern's acting, his IMDb page, let's say, stops at about that time, and there's a movie every few years after that. If I had been in Home Alone, I wouldn't have been Jay Leno. I wouldn't have been on Lost. I wouldn't have been Grandpa Munster. I wouldn't have been in any of the drama movies that I've been in, like Final Destination. I wouldn't have been in The Fugitive. Because they would not have cast a character who was so famously goofy in any of those parts.
That makes sense.
Yeah, Joe Pesci's a different story. His acting is superb, and he has the exact right friends, and he can work when he wants to if they ask him to work, and he's terrific. But it's different for a character guy. And had I been that goofy bandit, it would have shut my career down, and that would have been horrible. Horrible. I don't know what I would do. I'd be so distraught. There's a lot of money involved, but you never look at the money, because if you chase money, that's who you're chasing.
But Dan, at the time, you probably were. You're probably like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I didn't get the cut. Like, I'm a piece of shit. Like, I'm not." You're thinking the world that God's got a plan. You just got to hang in there.
You got to hang in. And Adam, you're 1,000% right, because they didn't give me the courtesy of telling me the truth. Had someone just said, "Dan, come in here. Look, all kidding aside, you're great. You're great. But we really want Daniel Stern in the part. We really do. So we're just going to say that we found, well, then they tried to not pay me. Then it got disgusting, because it couldn't just be that I served their purpose and I was their patsy. It had to be that I was their patsy and they took advantage of me too. And we can't have that. That's not godly. So, it was the funniest thing. We made a deal where I couldn't work for the entire time that they were shooting the movie, which was about 3 months. And then the day they called, I got a call, officially Home Alone wrapped. I got my next job. This is how good God is. The next day. And the real joke is I took all the money and I put a down payment on my first house. So I was home alone. So
but you get the last fucking laugh, man.
I hope we've entertained people, but you got the inside
that's
scoop
the
here.
truth from not what they said on the, the documentary.
And Tammy, you've kind of worked on both sides too. You know how the corporate side can be kind of naive and kind of like just contradictive and lying. I mean, you get that, right? I mean, even TV's kind of like movies, right? I mean,
I've watched, from doing the Q Zoo Tube, I watched a huge shift in a radio station where another radio station came into the market, took over the 18 to 25 share, and our station panicked and fired everybody.
Oh,
I went on vacation. I came back, everyone was gone, and they fired, our morning zoo team, and so they brought in, ironically, the new people that came in to replace, Cleveland Wheeler and the team that was doing the morning show. It was Jimmy Kimmel.
So you work with Jimmy, I saw on your thing. That's pretty cool.
Jimmy was the show producer for the Mike and Kent show. And so they came in, and so I was directing the TV side of the broadcast and they were doing the radio side. So I worked with Jimmy from 91 until 93 when the radio station turned to country music. And so that was the end.
You bailed.
That was the end of the Q Zoo too. But
oh no shit.
He was probably about 23 at the time. They idolized Letterman.
Tammy.
Yeah.
Is this true?
Well, I met him at Q105, but Danny actually, a funny story. I couldn't go to Rob Zombie's 50th birthday party because I had to be back in Florida. And I'm shopping in Publix the next morning, and he sends me a picture of him with Weird Al at the birthday party. And
Dan met him. Oh shit.
Screamed out. I am such a huge Weird Al fan, almost probably too much of a Weird Al fan. So that would be that would be the one person I'd fangirl would be Weird Al. So
yeah, he's
with him at the bar. What's up?
He's very talented. But to your point, Adam, yes, there is calamity in business in that people decide that the last thing they have to be is honest because they expect the next guy to be dishonest. We in our work, and we make faith-based family movies. It's weird. We look like we're one person because our.
I know. Well, if I go farther, I can barely see your faces.
That's sort of freaking me out.
That's okay, but
so here I'll sit like
see up your nose. I can almost see up your nose, Dan, with this one.
Oh yeah, I clip, I do. But we try in our business to tell people the truth as best we can, and we haven't really had to fire anybody.
I've been fired, and it worked out to be the best thing that ever happened. So
if she didn't have the kind of job, this is the other godly thing. If she didn't have the kind of job she had, where she was working for herself at the time we met, we would have never been it because she came to see me more than I came to see her because I was generally busier with what I was doing in Los Angeles, and she could be there while I did my thing, but I would have just been in the way while she did.
I mean, the great thing about technology now is I can edit anywhere. I can, She's
edited three TV spots while we were sitting.
Right.
I believe it. Shit. Dan.
Yeah, I couldn't do that in the 90s with tapes and, VCRs. Couldn't do that.
Couldn't do it.
I want to get to some professional shit. We still got about 15 minutes left. But before we do, I got a fun one. I guess. What do you guys listen to for tunes besides zombie? Do you guys crank out Beatles or country, rap? What do you got?
So
be careful what you ask.
Yes.
You're not gonna.
So our road trip music, because we travel. I mean, we're driving a lot. We usually start our road trips off with the soundtrack of Pippin.
Hey, Sean.
But
Pippin is a Broadway musical.
The Broadway musical.
Okay, I'm thinking Scottie Pippen. I don't know.
But we also love Bat Out of Hell 1 and 2. That's our Meatloaf is our
Meatloaf.
Mostly 70s music. 70s music is just the best music.
Wait a minute. You're anti-weed and you like 70s music? That can't be true.
What?
You're anti-weed and you love 70s music?
In the 70s, I wasn't smoking weed. I was writing plays, for God's sake. You can't smoke weed and write theater. I was directing the theater. I was performing as a magician.
Well, my gracious,
I was very busy.
Well, I would, I'll play a lot of 80s music because I like Queensryche and
some metal.
Faith No More, Aerosmith. But he's like, I've never heard this music because in the 80s he was doing plays.
So in the 80s, from 80 to 84, I probably did 30 plays, one after another. And then I moved to Hollywood, and I started working in Hollywood. Hi, Steve. There's my buddy Steve. We just did a movie together called Medora. Hi, Steve. What was I saying? Oh,
you didn't.
Yeah, I didn't hear any music in the 80s. None. I came back to music when those kids from Portland were singing in their grunge shirts. That's when music I came back. Seattle. Portland, Seattle. Those kids. Nirvana.
Yeah.
And then I made a movie.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Soaked in Bleach. If you've never seen it,
great
movie Danny was in about Kurt Cobain.
No way. You were in the movie because he had an album called Bleach. You were in wow, shit, Danny. Oh man, I gotta catch up on some of your stuff.
Adam, we call that. Adam, we call that in the business research. We do.
I did some. Your IMBD's about 90 feet long. It's bigger than Shaquille O'Neal's.
I want you to have carpal tunnel. I want you to be like, what else was he in? Oh, look, he was in that. Oh God, honey, what the? Honey, Jesus. What happened? Honey, call the surgeon. The more I work, the more money orthopedic surgeons make. They all, at the end of the year, they send me a little gift basket with a nice little card. I could take Tammy to Outback Steakhouse.
Oh, get the bloomin' onion, Tammy. Get the bloomin' onion.
He won't let me when I'm with him. I get him when we're apart. He does not eat O's.
No O's.
Well, this is my next question. What's your favorite go-to meal for celebrate? Like a big steak, a lobster from Maine? What do you guys know?
Prime rib we like.
Yeah.
Trying to eat less red meat. Here's a little tidbit of information for you and all your listeners. There's no such thing as a fat 90-year-old man. So I figured that out now. Ernie Borgnine was maybe the one exception, and I love and cherish life as much as he did. I did get to work with him, thank God. So I know his spirit was so glorious, and I try to have that spirit. So hopefully that'll go. But we always say to each other, we're happy. We've accomplished. We've done. We've got 4 beautiful kids between us. They're all great kids. They're all 3 of the 4 are partnered up. I've done everything I can. The legacy, people worry about the legacy. I don't really worry about my legacy. You're an actor. And the thing is, when you're an actor, you think you're famous forever. Well, let's say Brad Pitt is famous now. In 60 years, people go, who is that? And it's a big, if you put Charlie Chaplin in front of someone now, the first guess will be you put in front of a high school kid, let's say Hitler.
You're not wrong, though. You're right.
Yeah, nobody remembers anybody. And, so we could go to the biggest movie stars of whenever. Cave Girl, yes. Thank you, Stephen. Oh, hi, Adam. You got a nice girl.
Sorry. I'm listening. Go ahead.
No, it's all good. I can't. I've lost my train of thought. That's what happens.
We were just talking about how people down 60 years from now,
they're not going
to.
Well, I think there's iconic people. I think there's people that families keep going. Like my girlfriend's kids know about Rob Zombie. They know about the Munsters. They know about you. So I think it's about if people keep the tradition. Like people know Charlie Chaplin. I think some kids maybe.
My kids.
See?
I had a son named after Buster Keaton. They grew up on all that. And my kids watched black and white movies. I'm writing with Gracie. I like to brag about Gracie. I took her to see Citizen Kane when she was 13. Driving home, honey, what did you think? She goes, and by the way, here's a spoiler if you've never seen it. She said, I knew Rosebud had to be something from his youth. And I'm driving along. Now I've seen Citizen Kane 40 times. One of my favorite movies. Anybody who makes movies reveres that movie. I said, you knew it had to be something from his youth. Why? She said, it's the only time in the movie that he was happy. Wow. I mean,
that kid's got a noggin. That's
well, and that was probably the most simplistic point that Orson Welles made in the movie, and in our constant repetition of its genius, we forget. Yes, that's it. He was only happy when he had no responsibility. And look, I'm a nostalgist. I surround myself with my childhood, not because this stuff is going to be worth a lot of money or because I'm leaving it to my kids. It's because I was blessed to have a glorious childhood. We traveled all around the United States. My parents screamed at us, hit us, were embarrassed by us, hit us again. Sometimes they just wake us up in the middle of the night and hit us.
There's a lot back then.
I've been drinking tonight. I don't remember. Did I hit you today? You didn't hit me today.
Look at my black eye. What happened?
Take it like a man. I mean, I did the same thing. Sometimes I'd spank my kids for stuff other kids did. I'd be like, come here, you see? Don't ever cross the street like that kid crossed the street.
Don't be a brat like that punk was.
Yeah. We talked about such nonsense. I'm sorry.
So
hopefully the suicide rate hasn't risen tonight in May. Oh, that's nice. That's good.
Yes, stream tomorrow. You guys got a big day tomorrow. We won't hold you up. We got about 10 minutes left. Let's get serious for 1 second.
That's something serious.
Huh?
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, Tammy liked my Starbucks meme earlier of Peter Griffin not leaving a tip at the Starbucks, and there's like some shaved head with her. You would see it, Danny, if you were my friend.
And luckily, that's not possible.
I'm gonna message you. Keep messaging you until you block me. Then
you can't. No, you can't. You have to. You can only fan me. I can't go backwards.
Yeah. You must have a personal page. Let me in. I'm your friend.
That's why there's nothing on my personal page.
It doesn't
even have a name.
No, I think Tammy runs it. I think honestly.
Yeah, no, Tammy's how you keep in touch with her. Listen, more followers. She's always like, I'm like, how do you know that guy? She goes, dude.
I share the picture of her being on my show and I got like 98 likes on it. I don't even get that from my pictures. I'm like, holy shit, this girl's somebody. I share you, I get 36. I'm like, what?
And that's
I think I'm friends with all his monster friends because they know that's the way to
thank you, Ann.
See our stuff.
And
that is the way to see your stuff. Well, which reminds me, I know Tammy, you mentioned you've been working on a website for about 13 years now or something like that.
Yeah.
But where can people find your stuff if they want to like maybe order merchandise, see if you're on tour? You guys are, Danny, maybe you're at a convention somewhere.
It's so funny. She was just.
I was actually working on a website with our web designer today.
Kevin Rockwood.
So we're so close to launching DanielRoebuck.com, where that's where all the stuff will be. Right now, it's just finding us on our social media.
Mr. Daniel Roebuck.
Yeah.
And Tammy and Roebuck. And I'm trying to be better about that. Mr. Zombie was very emphatic. You must be better at this. Daniel, it'll help the movie. So during our whole Munsters time, I really did do a lot better. But I have to be honest, it's creatively, if I'm not editing with her
It's a time
or
suck.
writing with my daughter or,
Yeah.
or whatever I'm doing. Today I watched The Reader, brilliant movie from 2008, Kate Winslet and Ray Fiennes. Like I'm always watching because I want to be the best director I can be, and I'm always the performances are where you really connect with people. So,
Yeah, and as a film editor, like once I started making TV commercials or making movies, I watch them very differently now. I watch commercials differently. I watch movies differently just because I'm analyzing or I'm seeing, oh, I like, how they did that. And I might take that idea, if not steal the idea.
But everybody steals it.
Look, I think it's
all the great actors acknowledge. Anthony Hopkins acknowledges that he steals from Alec Guinness. Alec Guinness was stealing from, he saw Ralph Richardson do something once in the West End back in 1948. We all steal from each other. I steal from Tony Randall, the guy, that's what I put at the end of every one of my movies. Greatest actor who ever lived, Tony Randall. It's the only way I could pay him back.
Yeah, if you look in the credits of our movies, we always have that.
No shit.
Stuff, yeah.
Oh, that's pretty wild. That's an Easter egg. That's pretty cool to look at. I'll check that out. Well, the reason why I asked Danny is because I had my friend check it earlier, and he's doing a convention. He actually already hired Donnie's paying for his travel and everything. So he wants to book you for next September in Maine. So he asked how to book you earlier. I don't know if he's still here or not, but if people wanted to book you.
I'll help.
She'll help out. Yeah.
Okay.
She's my main man.
The calendar keeper.
Main man.
Okay.
Bye,
John, thanks for spending some time with us.
John's fighting cancer up in Seattle, Washington. He tunes in every week. It's a good show.
John, we're going to pray for you tonight. You got it.
He's like, oh, Danny, that means a lot, dude. You guys
I often think this, from the penitent person, God's like, it's like white noise. When I pray, he's like, whoa. Roebuck. Roebuck might only get into heaven, but he's praying. So let me see what he needs. That's what I think. That I can.
That's cool.
Get through. So John, we'll pray for you tonight, and whenever we can put you in our prayers.
Man, oh man, that means a lot. I knew because I never met you, but I've talked with Tammy a little bit, and of course I knew you've been busy. You came back from a flight. You're busy, and for you guys to sneak in time for little old me in Maine, I'm a nobody. You guys have no idea how I feel like you've blessed me, Danny, dude. No, man, seriously. And if you can tell, not to show off, but that's what I do. I go to conventions. I meet Hellraiser and Miko and Pennywise and I would love to meet you. I've been a big movie fan, dude, forever. And to meet your wife and know what she's been involved, dude, like you guys are right here. These are the guys that want you. It's next September 6th, my birthday, 2025 in Augusta, the Civic Center. The guy that played Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Leatherface in Texas 2, he's going to be there. Donnie's going to be there with the red truck. So we're going to get Danny and Tammy Roebuck there.
In Texas Chainsaw 2. Okay. Good. Well,
yeah, the Leatherface. They bring it to the radio station. Remember, they put the chainsaw in the ice tub when the chick's there. She's like, ah.
Well, you guys.
I'm a good actress, see?
And you can our nonprofit website, if anyone wants to check it out, is achannelofpeace.org. achannelofpeace.org. And that's where you can see what we're doing with our own movies, and then of course our social media.
And if you'd like to help us make movies, it's easy. All you gotta do is hit the donate button. And it is a true not-for-profit.
Yeah.
Tammy, myself, unfortunately nobody named Roebuck takes money from the not-for-profit. We pay we pay many of our actors. We pay our crew, certainly. But we make our movies and it's our service to be able to do it.
That's why it takes 3 years to get them out, but they get out.
But your heart's in it for the right reasons. Like Danny said earlier, God's got a plan. You kind of put it in his hands. And if you want to fly to Maine to meet Adam Began, then you're going to fly to Maine to meet Adam Began. And, God's will.
Yeah, we'll be there in September next year.
I got a couch right here. We can have marshmallows on my fire. It'd be great.
Are you going to light up?
I promise, Danny, if you're here, I'll put it away.
Thank you, Adam. That's the right thing to do.
I can't believe I'm talking to Danny and Tammy. Like Dan. Oh man. So I'm gonna have you guys back sometime. Is that cool?
Yes,
Maybe I can.
Let's talk, and please invite people to see Stream tomorrow night. Crust by Sean Whalen coming out in September. Terrifier 3 coming out in October, and Saint Nick of Bethlehem coming out in November.
You know I'm going to share the crap out of it on my booking page, my podcast page, my personal page. Reach out to all my knucklehead followers and get them to follow you guys like a cult leader. You know what I'm saying?
I like where you're going with that. And then it's suicide.
Awesome show. Don't drink the Kool-Aid, guys. Danny's got it mixed. I usually end the show with something. I'm probably going to regret this, but I asked my guests to ask me if they want to ask me a question. You guys play the host. You guys got a question for me?
Yes, I do.
Oh no.
Yeah. No. I've been wondering. I ordered my Amish table 3 months ago, and it hasn't come yet. Can you tell me, sir, when it'll be delivered?
Well, Jebediah's out back right now, and he's on the whiskey, so he's been trying to get to it.
He's
every night
the wood.
He sleeps with the horse in the barn. He never gets to his work.
Oh, he's got to hew the wood so that you could have the table you would down here in Pennsylvania. Yeah.
Shit.
That makes Steve laugh. All right. God bless everybody. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, man, you guys have a good night. This will be up on YouTube tomorrow. I'm going to tag Tammy in it. I can't tag Danny because we're not friends, but I'm going to put his Facebook page on there. Follow him around. Check out Stream, STREAM. It's coming out. Bunch of good stuff. Check out Danny. Check out Tammy. Thank you, guys. We'll see you next week. I don't know who my guest is. It doesn't matter.